You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
Hello, alright. Welcome. Hey, what's going on over there? Welcome to Goof On Radio. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, coming at you live here on Sunday night. My goodness gracious, great balls on fire. It is Sunday. You know what it is? It's the 30th. Holy smokes. 30th. Second to last day of the year. What are we doing? Oh, I can't wait till tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be tomorrow. I'm going to start the insanity. Tonight's show is just, maybe an hour to 90 minutes. Just like a warm-up for the big marathon show. If you're listening live on YouTube. This is Goof On Radio live stream on YouTube. As you can tell, new background behind me. Check it out. It's devoid of nothing right now. I love it. Yeah, hopefully it won't fall down. Yes, I am creating an all-black environment. What? That's not racist. Shut up. It is not racist. As I drink from my white cup, it looks just like me. Gosh, what a way to start a show. So, if you are listening here, great. I appreciate it. And tomorrow night I'll be doing minimum 6 hours, probably 12. Going to try to do a 24-hour show, which would take a Herculean effort. And I don't know if I can do it. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to do it. But I'm going to try. I know I'll get 6 in, for sure. Probably more. So what I was thinking of doing is starting it at 7, maybe the same time, same exact time. And then roll into the new year. It'd start with the East Coast and go to the West and Hawaii. And I think it'll end there for that. But the show would keep going because into New Year's Day, see, I don't have to sleep. So if I start at 7 Pacific, 8 my time, I know I can go till 6 in the morning till 8 in the morning. That's 12 hours. I know I can do it. Question is, do I want to? I'd like to try. So I'm going to try it. It'll be interesting to give it a whirl since nobody else is doing it. Tonight I want to talk about recent activity that has been seen in New York and Louisiana in the past few days. The Keller, Louisiana, with these weird power surges and this blue light that emits from power surges, and it's a bluish green, but in New York it lit up for a while, for a couple of minutes, and that is strange for power surges like that. Back on October 7th, somewhere in there, I had a power surge here in Arizona. I was sitting in my living room, and the windows are to the left to me. I was watching TV, and I kept hearing, I thought somebody was vacuuming. You know what it sounds like when somebody's above you and they're vacuuming? You know, the vacuum's going back and forth. I kept hearing it, but I realized they were in short intervals, and I'm like, why would somebody turn on their vacuum and then turn it off? And then I just happened to catch a flash out the window, out of the corner of my eye. So I went over to the window and I saw this. Let me pull it up for you. I set it up on the YouTube channel. Check it out. It's too cold. It's not 70 degrees out. Now, this is what happened in October. Now, the weird thing is, this has been happening everywhere. And there was a storm, but no lightning was near the area when this happened. And this was 5 minutes after what I saw. I went outside to see if I would catch it. Lightning. So, check it out.
Come here.
It's coming up in a few seconds. About 10 seconds. You've seen this before, but I'll show you what I got first.
That light across the street either was struck by lightning or there was a power surge. There it is. Oh my god. Dude, that's crazy. There it is again.
Wild, right?
Whoa. Dude,
let me try to slow it down here. It's so bizarre that that light would be that bright, but it is. It was just, I mean, look how bright that gets. There was a couple of flashes before I turned the phone on with the camera. And it was just super bright. I don't know, man. So that's what I saw.
There it is again.
And you can hear it. That's what I was hearing inside. Pretty wild. So if I pull up what's been going on in New York, it's pretty wild stuff. Let's take a look here. You probably have seen it, but if not, this is for you. Oh, this guy's a jerk off. I'm going to let this play. This is what happened in Louisiana. Check this out.
This is what happened last.
Yeah, I don't want to play this video here. I want to play another one without him. We'll get back to him. That's Richie from Boston. He's my new toy to play with. The guy has literally, he thinks he's so smart, but I think is probably one of the dumbest guys I've seen in a long time. Yeah, I said it. Dumb. But watch this. It's so wicked. Yeah, the volume's low. It's not me. It's just the way it is. That's wild, man. It's really wild.
Oh my god! And the open side still on its fittings. Oh my god, and our lights come back.
You see this here? This is just the light from the street lamp. But this guy, Richie from Boston, and I'm going to play it. Wait until you see what he thinks it is. And this is what bothers me, and this is why I'm playing it. It's very interesting, though, that this is happening
You tell me what you see.
all over.
You tell me what you see. Are you seeing this?
Oh my
Straight up and
God.
down. The finger of God weapon.
I want, seriously, when I heard him say that, I literally wanted to beat myself to death so I didn't have to hear it again. You guys think I'm joking when I say that. If I don't have to live so I don't hear this stuff, it would be beautiful. But I joke around a lot, but that's how mad I am, and I have to keep it inside. I don't understand how... next thing you know, he's going to say, oh, this is an alien right over here in the corner. Oh, let me show you. Oh, there's an alien hiding out in the corner over here. You see his head and neck and the arms? But he's saying this is the finger of God weapon. This is literally, and I use literally, the light from the explosion, and the camera can't really focus in on it. It's just a reflection off the camera going up. It happens with the sun. It happened with the light post that I showed you. But he's saying it's the weapon of God. Now, it's also shooting downward, you know, so watch down too. The weapon of God. The finger of God weapon. It looks like it, though. I mean, I could see why an idiot would think that. Doesn't it look like it's shooting down and zapping everything? But it's not. That is badass, though, isn't it? You have to admit, that is wicked, wicked.
Athena.
Listen to this.
Weapon system. Lockheed Martin to deliver world record-setting 60-kilowatt laser to the U.S. Army. And on, and on. And here are some of the things it can do. It can do system control, beam control. What are you seeing here? What are you seeing everywhere? You see what I'm saying? Look familiar? Just a complete coincidence. There's the pyramid. There's the eye. Look familiar? Look familiar? They're not shy. They don't care. They don't hide because they've got enough people that don't understand what it is. This is mainstream news showing this. Familiar? Look familiar? They're not shy. They don't care.
Obviously, you can see the beam. Not a beam. Look at this.
This is mainstream news showing this.
I mean, you can see... Get away, ugly ass. You can see the light going both directions because that's what happens in a camera. It's reflecting off the lens inside and it reflects back onto itself. It's just, sometimes it goes this way depending on the housing of the camera. It's like a lens flare. I mean, this is cameras 101. I mean, this is something this butthole should know about. I just get so angry when I hear people. Now, this guy's got a lot of subscribers. He kind of has a responsibility to do real research, but he doesn't. And this guy, I'm going to play this on because I'm not doing a long show tonight. And I'm saving a lot of stuff for the next show. But I got enough show to keep us here for a while. But watch this. Listen to things he says and what he's going to say here in a few minutes. It's laughable. And I will be pausing to talk.
It's all just a conspiracy theorist. We're just making this up. It's just the new normal. It's happening everywhere.
How is this new normal? It's not happening everywhere. It happened in 3 places, 4 places.
Blowing up. Nothing to see here. It's all a conspiracy. At any rate, and then you combine that with the most unheard of document, because people don't seem to know about this. I talked to some people that consider themselves highly informed as far as the mainstream, and they don't know about this 94-page document.
But he knows about it.
The Presidential National
Richie from Boston knows all about it.
This December.
The guy who thinks it's the finger of God weapon.
Of a massive
so stupid.
Grid failure. Goes on and on. Ability to respond from a catastrophic power outage. Catastrophic power outage. I mean, terrorist, right?
I gotta get to when he talks. This is just a laugh. Alright, check this out.
That's just me. Links are in the description.
This is fun.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today is Friday. It's the 28th December. So, another YouTube channel, Truth Happens, hit me up, and she sent me a text, and I'm looking at it, and she said, they're sending out an emergency message to everyone saying that 911 is going down. 911 is going down. And then she said, is this the elites telling each other that they're doing this?
So 911 is supposedly going to be shut down in some cities. Did you get that memo? I didn't get the memo. Did anybody else get the memo? Richie from Boston got the memo. Very funny what I saw in the chat room. Hey, what do you say there, Snap Ahead? I see we got SOR Dave Scott. Dave, now I don't do what Dave does, but Dave and his beard are here. I wonder if you're going to shave that off sometime. I have a feeling you're going to shave it and you're going to ruin everything. And the beard have never existed. You cannot shave it. That's the longest I've ever seen it. But anyway, funny that Brett said, yeah, but he's using a Sony 9000, so it's legit. I love that. That is so freaking funny. Well, that wasn't his camera, unfortunately. That was the lady from Louisiana's camera. She just used her phone. So, nonetheless, though, freaking funny. I'm glad that you noticed that.
I know. I can already see the people that are watching this that are going, oh, Richie from Boston. Oh, that guy, I hate him. He's an actor. He's a shill. He's all these different things. I'm a dude with a laptop. Sometimes a dude with a cell phone. I happen to notice things. And for whatever reason,
I happen to notice things.
I find myself, how about this?
I have eyes.
Last night,
I see
all
things.
over the news, and today, all over the mainstream news, New York's skies, blue, aliens, Russia attacks, aliens. Yesterday, I had to set up my cameras. I couldn't not do it. I had to set them up.
This is funny.
I had 2 cameras rolling yesterday on the skies. So all day I'm videotaping the skies that night. And
there is just one sky. Can we talk for a second? These people who like to say, oh, there's these lights in the skies. There's one sky. It's a light in the sky. There's not 2 or 3 or 4 skies. People who say skies, I've noticed, I'm not going to say it. I really should. Are idiots. I can't help it. I know. Sometimes we just say it by accident, but this guy's using it religiously. He says it on every video. I got to tell you, this is better than UFO Jesus because this guy's actual idiot. He's an actual idiot with 300,000 subscribers. 300,000. I would kill for 300,000 subscribers and tell the truth, but nobody wants the truth. People want lies. They want something that's a little more sexy, a little more fun, a little more believable to them because they believe, without doing any research, that could be the finger of God weapon. I saw the beam come right down. No, you didn't. You thought you did, but you didn't do the research. Why would they, the government, quote unquote, you pick them, who knows who is doing what, why would they do it in Keller, Louisiana? Queens, New York, I understand. But even Queens, New York, why even bother? That poor little community. They've already been attacked by their own government. 9/11. He's from Boston. I'm sorry we even have the same first name, Richard. But thank God he goes by Richie from Boston. If he was Richie in Arizona, there would be a beating. And we're the same age. That's what bothers me. He's the same age as me. It bothers me. How does he not know that it's a camera anomaly? How does he not know? How does he not know? How do you not know? How do you not know? And then he thinks, oh, well, government, of course. Oh, there's a record of this weapon. Yeah, but that's not it here. We have a failing infrastructure that's really old, in some places over 60 years old. During windstorms, that stuff will happen. There was a windstorm when my little power surge happened. Very strange. I understand. I get it. But it's not the finger of God. I'm doing this to playing his video to show you why he's dangerous, why this is dangerous to our community. And believe me, when I do the marathon show, I'm going to have a lot of hours to say a lot of stuff. So this is just a portion.
An event happens in the sky. Why? Because I think God uses people.
Oh.
I'm not one of those.
Now he says he thinks he's chosen. He thinks he's chosen by God. That's what he just said. I'll have to back it up. I'm sorry. I know. I'm not sorry I'm talking, but I'm sorry I have to stop it and talk. But if I don't let it out, I'll explode.
I had to set him up. I had 2 cameras rolling yesterday on the skies. So all day I'm videotaping the skies. That night an event happens in the sky.
Why use sky there?
Because I think God uses people. I'm not one of those jerk-offs that goes, I'm not a prophet, though. Hey, I'm some asshole with a laptop, okay? I'm well aware of God. I'm well aware of his son, Jesus Christ, and the sacrifice that he made. Well aware.
He's well aware of it. I'm sure he's aware. It's Richie from Boston. He lives right by a church. There's a church in every corner. Of course he knows about God and why.
People that claim to be religious shouldn't swear. Listen, I swear like it's my job in regular life because that's what I've been my entire life.
I love this guy.
I try to refrain when I'm making videos.
I swear because it's like my freaking job to swear. I grew up swearing. I swear at my mother, Ma, where are my effing socks? I don't know where your effing socks are. Where the frig are my socks? I don't know where your effing socks. I don't know where his effing socks are. I know I washed 2 of them. So one's missing. Maybe it's inside your pant leg. Ma, I looked at my freaking pant leg. It ain't in the freaking pant leg. You whore. You freaking whore. You're the whore. You go out with all these women? You're the whore. He grew up with this, so of course he's going to swear like it's his job. It is his job.
Sometimes they say a bad word. If you, as an adult who is technically seeking truth, can't handle
I'm picking
that,
on him a
then
little bit.
move along. Don't send me stupid emails. I don't care. I do what I can and that's it. Period. I'll deal with God. It's his job to judge me.
No, I'm judging you.
Character flaws. I hit my knee.
I'm judging you. You're judging him. We're judging you, not God. God doesn't judge you over bad words, you schmuck. Look at how I stopped him.
Every single solitary night without fail, and I pray to God through Jesus Christ to please forgive me for my sins. Please forgive me for my mortal weaknesses. Allow me to show these people what it is I can that will enhance your creation and your word. Okay? And I believe he does.
And I believe he does. Yeah, I said it. I like this. I like this look he gives.
I'm well aware of my character flaws. I hit my handle that, then move along.
Watch
Don't
this.
send me stupid emails. I don't care. I do what I can and that's it. Period. I'll deal with God. It's his job to judge me. I'm well aware of my character flaws. I hit my knees every single solitary night without fail, and I pray to God through Jesus Christ to please forgive me for my sins. Please forgive me for my mortal weaknesses. Allow me to show these people what it is I can that will enhance your creation and your word.
Boy, oh boy, he's magic. This is magical tonight. This is magic of poppin' fresh fun. It doesn't get any better. This guy gets on his knees every night. Ma, I'm on my knees. Leave me the F alone. I'm praying to freaking God. Dear God, this is Richie from Boston. Can you hear me, God? I got 300,000 subscribers to my channel, God. All I ask in the skies is above is that you give me the strength and the courage to keep going on. Can you hear me, Jesus? Are you relaying the message? This is Richie from Boston. Ma! I'm talking to you, God. Forgive me for my sins. I pray to you that you give me the strength to go out onto my YouTube channel while I'm driving in my truck. And I swear, like it's a job, but you're not going to count it as a sin. Will you please give me the strength to give these people the truth as I see it in your skies above. Please, God, give me the strength. Good night. Oh, and I love you too. That's Richie from Boston in a nutshell. Every night before he goes to bed. God almighty. Can you imagine that household? Ma! Probably lives in his basement, rent-free. At his mother's house, I mean. God, if I only knew somebody like that.
K?
Okay.
I believe he does. Long story short, 2018 breaks down to 9/11. I'm not the one that uses videos and The Economist magazine and the news and every newspaper to put out stories that say 66 people missing, 6 dead. And I don't release it at 9/11 or 11:09 or some iteration thereof. I don't put 322 and all sorts of secret codes on the Wall Street Journal and Forbes magazine, but they do, and we caught on to that. So when we see it, take heed.
Galooly!
How much worse do you want this entire place to get? Do you even want to be here?
Galooly.
Me neither. I mean, this was a beautiful planet, but we're absolutely strangled to death with rules and regulations and laws and tickets and taxes and bills and every other thing. Meanwhile, they're pumping foreign materials into the atmosphere, which we need as human beings to live in.
Hey, we need air as human beings. Forget about it. They're pumping stuff into the air that I breathe, that you breathe as a human being. Are you kidding me? This government with the taxes, the tickets, and all that other stuff that we have to obey. This was a beautiful planet till they put laws all over the place. Now it ain't so pretty anymore. Jesus, God, can you help clean up the planet? Get rid of the laws? Can you get rid of the toxins that they're spraying out there in those airplanes? Galooly! I almost fell out of my chair when I read Galooly. That's great. Who said that? Galooly Beatmaker. Freaking awesome. Galooly. Oh, God, I love that.
Breathe. So
listen.
Place to get. Do you even want to
listen to the rant?
Magazine? But they do, and we caught on to that. So when we see it, take heed.
Take heed.
This isn't fair porn. How much worse do you want this entire place to get? Do you even want to be here?
Yeah.
Me neither.
No.
I mean, this was a beautiful planet, but we're absolutely strangled to death with rules and regulations and laws and tickets and taxes and bills and every other thing. Meanwhile, they're pumping foreign materials into the atmosphere, which we need as human beings to live and breathe.
As human beings.
So there ain't no one ringing that bell.
No.
There ain't no fixing the water. Everybody can run. They can put up all sorts of protests and videos and town council meetings about 5G. It's still going up every single solitary day. The Bible told us about this. They said this would come, and it is. So be prepared.
They wrote about this in the Bibles. Did you know that? The King James, the brand new Bible, the other Third Testament. I don't know if it's testament, testicle. Anyway, I'm reading about it. They said this was gonna happen. It's happening now. Open up your eyes. I'm Richie from Boston, driving down the road looking for things to say. I don't know what to say, but we started off with the finger of God weapon. Now we're talking about taxes, tickets, and turds. This place is a shithole. Do you want to live here? I don't. I don't like it any more than you. Galooly.
Don't walk out of your house with just your wallet and a pair of keys.
Don't walk out of your house with a wallet and a pair of keys. Walk out with pepper spray and baseball bats. What are you, nuts? They're coming after you. Get an umbrella. Get a ski mask and cover your face up. I'm Richie from Boston. I know, it's dirty out there. And don't drink the water That bell's already been rung. You can't undo that bell. It's the 10th round. We're in the championship rounds. Are you going to stay till the end of days? Because this is the beginning of the end of days. And I'm Richie from Boston. I'm looking at the skies. Guys. I think I lost that. I don't even know what voice I'm doing. I don't even know who that is. Galooly.
You're walking to your car that has a couple days worth of food, some way to make that food eatable, some way to filter water, warm clothing if you need them. If you live in a place with a lot of
warm clothing if you need. You got a sweater? It's 95 out. Are you cold? Put a sweater on. I'm Richie from Boston. I got all the answers. I read the Bible once. I walk outside a few times a day. Hey, I even drink water because I'm human, but I don't breathe. I forget about breathing.
Bugs in jungles and woods, bug spray. Be prepared and pray. And if you don't know how to pray, hit your knees and pray that he'll show you how to pray.
Galooly, hit your knees. I just got it while you said Galooly. I kept forgetting why Galooly was so funny. Now it's even funnier. Galooly. He broke the kneecap of the skier, right? Wasn't that him? Wasn't that the guy back in the Olympics, right? Galooly. Bang our knees together and you pray to Jesus H. Christ on a popsicle stick. Ma! Meatloaf! My neighbors are going to kill me.
Or don't. But something's without a doubt going on. There's no two ways about it. There's a reason that Harvard's released in every magazine that would write about it that they're going to start experimenting in 2019, blocking out the sun. Even though NASA's releasing the exact opposite information, saying the Earth is cooling. The Earth is cooling, we're blocking the sun. They're not blocking the sun, they're not hiding Nibiru, they aren't hiding Wormwood. There's nothing up there. I love all these videos. Well, I watched a camera that's located in Germany, and when you watch this remote camera online, you can see a clear outline of the planet Wormwood or Nibiru or the Destroyer. Well, I watch the skies every single day and night.
I watch the skies day and night. And let me tell you guys something. I seen Nibiru. It's out there at sunset only. That's the only time you can see it. Because it's the angle of the Earth. I'll finish this off.
There ain't nothing up there. And if there was something up there, that means everything's all screwed up. If there was another planet close enough to have to be hidden with chemtrails, our Earth would shake apart.
Wait a second. Is he telling you, me, everybody, that they're trying to hide another planet with chemtrails? That's what he just said. How did I miss that? Now that's stupid as stupid gets. Hey, you know what? You don't like the show? Listen to somebody else. I got a job to do, and this Richie from Boston's got 300,000 subscribers that's buying into this crap, and we can't have it. Nobody's saying anything. Everybody's like, great job, Richie from Boston. Great job. You see the truth. You tell it like it is. No, he doesn't. He's telling a fairy story. Yes, I said fairy story, not a fairy tale. I'm embarrassed to be human at this point. I don't get it, how people are buying into what he's saying. Here, listen what he just said. They're trying to block out Nibiru with chemtrails. Do you know you have to do the whole planet to do that? Well, at least the parts where there's people living, all 7 or 8 billion.
Skies every single day and night.
What?
There ain't nothing up there. And if there was something up there, that means everything's all screwed up. If there was another planet close enough to have to be hidden with chemtrails, our Earth would shake apart.
He did
say
None
of
it.
That's even real. Wormwood isn't something we can understand as humans. But if it keeps you in...
We can't understand anything because we're humans. If we were reptilians, hey, maybe we could, right? We understand wormwoods because if we were reptilians, we would eat them. That's why we understand them. Don't you see? Don't you get it? I'm Richie from Boston. Bang your knees together. Say a prayer to the God Almighty. Forget about it. Ma! Frickin' meatballs!
entertained, you want to chase around aliens, you want to listen to wackos, have at it.
We are
Listening to me.
We're listening to wackos. Thank you for joining me on that. That was awesome. I got to tell you, I can't help it. I find somebody new. He's somebody new, and I'm going to do a show about them, and then eventually, you know, we'll get tired of it. I'll get tired. I don't know how I'm going to get tired of it. There's so many videos this guy has up that are all like this. They all say the craziest things I've ever heard. And I don't know if you believe in that stuff, that you can see Nibiru. Only at sunset, though, guys. You can't see it any other time, because why would you? Well, it's the angle of the Earth and the way the sun. No, it's an anomaly that duplicates the sun. You just got to read up on why it's there. I'm tired of repeating myself. It's an anomaly inside of a camera. Now, what about the black dots that are in? You should see the video he has on the black dot in front of the sun. You know the black dot? We've talked about that before. That's an anomalous thing that happens on a lot of cameras. They're trying to compensate for too much light. You're never supposed to point your camera at the sun. Never. It's an awful thing to do. Your camera can't compensate. You have it on the wrong setting, it's going to cause that black dot to show up. Mostly on plastic lenses, not much on glass. But you buy a cheap camera and you get all these crazy anomalies. But he's got the P9000. I see craters on the moon. I can see craters on Lisa Jabrowski's face from a mile, from afar. Richie from Boston, I'm going to say my prayers. I'm going to swear. Ma. That hurts a little, too, to do that voice.
Let me tell you something, brother. Nothing's harder than doing the Hulk Hogan voice. I'm there, Richie from Boston. I'll body slam him, do the leg drop, and jump off the top rope right into a table, brother. Did you ever talk about Richie from Boston? Unless I'm here, brother.
All right. I didn't know. It's all new to me. He's new.
I know, brother. But I thought I was the guy you made fun of, boy.
Boy?
Yeah, I said boy. I didn't want to say brother that time.
What the hell's the matter with you tonight?
I don't know. Sometimes I can't think straight, brother. Let me tell you something, Jack.
Yeah?
Never mind, I forgot.
We're going to get on to the next video here. The next segment. I had to do a little Richie from Boston tonight because when you have 300, is it 300,000? I believe it really is 300,000 subscribers. Let me pull that up. It is. Look. 302,000 subscribers. That's not fair. So subscribe to my 195. Subscribe to my 4 subscribers. Look, he's got more thumbs down on his videos than I have people. It's not fair. How does this happen? 175,000 views, and it's all rubbish. Rubbish. I don't know what to do. I don't know how these people get so popular. I don't get it. I don't get it. He's not doing anything differently. Well, you know what? Maybe he is. He does 10-minute, 15-minute videos. I do 2-hour, 3-hour shows where people don't want to spend all day listening. Maybe I should start doing just little things like this. You know, every time something new comes out, instead of doing a show, why don't I just do this and get real people to listen in? I mean, I take that back. That sounded awful. Not real people. I meant to say a whole lot of people, like hit a lot of people, like really get out there, really get the name out there. I don't know why people, I guess I suck. I just suck. I suck. I guess maybe I should just quit. Why not? What else is going to happen? What else am I doing? I'm not doing anything else. Might as well do this. Maybe tomorrow will be the last show. I could do that. I can go on my way out. Maybe change everything.
Don't you think about it, brother. You keep doing that show, brother. I'll swear to God.
All right, I'll keep doing it, Hulk. I'll keep doing the show. Don't worry. It's just, why? I don't understand it. They talk such nonsense, and people buy into it. You know? Oh, speaking of which, now I was on the Roundtable show the other night on Spaced Out Radio, And I think I was talking about, I don't know if it was on the show I talked about it, but I was with Dave. He did a Christmas show. And during or after the show, there was this lady, I can't remember her name. And for years, she was a psychic. And for years, anytime I'd run into a psychic or meet one or talk to one, either here or out in public, I would ask them, do a reading for me. Because Dave got a reading. He goes, hey, can you do a reading for me? And then when she was done, I said, can I ask you something? And I said, what is the one thing that drives me, makes me me? And I asked the psychics the same thing. And I have my reasons for doing the things I do. I want these psychics to be specific. And the first time she tried guessing, she wasn't right. And then I came back, like it was 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes later. And I said, okay, give you another chance. I don't know how I got back to it. Oh, she said, hey, Rich. She goes, I really think I have it. I think I got it on you. And I said, well, here's the thing. If you just focus in on what drives me, what happened to me when I was 7 years old that inspired me to keep going and living and being who I am and why I am the way I am. Now, after giving her a lot of information, a lot more information, I realized this, I thought about it, how I could have maybe helped her guess what was wrong or what was the thing that drove me. Because with all the other psychics, all I said was, what's the one thing that makes me who I am? What's the one thing that drives me the way I do things, you know? And that would be it. But with her, I gave her a little bit more. And I don't know if she felt it, because the more you talk to somebody, see, she heard me go off on Tessa about a certain couple of pictures she has that she said she has of UFOs in the clouds, and we got into not an argument, but a heavy heated discussion. And I guess this lady was trying to figure out, why am I angry? You know, she's like coming up with these, like what psychics do. Oh, she said, you're very guarded. You have these walls up I see all around you. And I really don't. You know, just because I don't believe in what Tessa was saying or what I see, and I'm very doubtful and skeptical on a lot of stuff, because everything that I have been wrong, that people have been wrong about, I have said in my mind or to them that is not a UFO, that is not a ghost, that isn't a light anomaly in the camera. And I've been right probably 99% of the time over the years when I've been challenged or challenged myself to figure out what it is I'm looking at. And people may take that as a personality fault, like, oh, you're guarded, you're kept inside this bubble, you won't let anybody in. Well, that's what she went with first. So I figured I would just give her a little more information, and she guessed the thing that psychics couldn't guess over the years. Maybe 25, 30 of them. A lot. And nobody even came close. But she got it, so I gave her credit for that. And she was specific enough that I would give her a 75% approval rating, but not specific on, the second time around when she said what she said, I said, no, that's not it, which I lied. She was right. But I wanted her to dig further. I wanted her to insist that it has to be that, Rich. It has to be this. That's what I'm feeling. But she didn't push it. And she didn't insist on it. And when I told her she was right, she's like, well, why did you lie to me? And I said, well, I wanted you to push harder and insist that it is what it is. She says, well, don't do that. Don't lie. And I go, but if I give it to you right away, you know everything. Why should it throw off the scent if I'm lying? If I'm lying to you, you should insist that I'm wrong. Well, psychics get stuff right, or get stuff wrong, so I could see why she didn't persist it or push it. But that's kind of how I wanted to test her. So, and because, you know, she knows Dave, and she was so nice, and I really liked her, I just couldn't bear to hold the truth in anymore. And I told her, look, you actually got it right, but I'm afraid I may have given you too much information, so I'm not too sure, but I was impressed with it, and I thought that was interesting. So with that being said, I went a long way to get to this point. With one person out of 25 or 30 to guess with a little bit of extra information, I am going to delve into something that I'd never have dealt with before on the show. Not nearly as much as I think people want me to delve into it. And that is the astral stuff. Astral projection, astral realm, whatever it is. This new thing that people are talking about, that's all the craze, that, what is his name, Grant Cameron has dropped all of his nuts and bolts bag. All the hard evidence is now going to what he believes has to be this astral thing, this communication of the mind, body, and soul with beings that are light years away. And I am going to delve into it here and there. I'm going to try to get a couple of guests over the next few weeks and, you know, really get into it and see what comes out of it. And I push it off, and you may have heard the term, the woo-woo, the woo. But I push it off because I find it extremely hard to believe, and I'll tell you why. Let me get a drink. You may know it. You may know the answer why. Okay. It's not like I haven't tried to do the astral thing, because I used to meditate all the time. And when you meditate, your body can feel like it's floating. It's not. But when I was very, very young, 6 years old, 7 years old, I remember experiencing something like, I used to fall asleep, go in and out of sleep. I'd watch TV while my parents would watch TV. I'd fall asleep on the couch next to my mother. And I remember doing this quite often when I was young. I don't know if I was putting myself into a trance, but I would purposely not move. And this is at 6 or 7. I mean, I don't know if this is advanced or what, but I wouldn't move a muscle for as long as I possibly could. And at that time, when you don't move a muscle, you kind of lose your feeling for what you're touching and laying on and sitting on, or you know, touching. And I remember being that young and getting this feeling of floating out of my body with my eyes closed. If you close your eyes and you concentrate, you could actually not feel the ground. You cannot feel the couch, the chair, whatever it is you're sitting on. It's almost as if it disappeared. And I was doing that at a very young age. And then when I got into high school and college, I really got into psychology because that was the classes I was taking. And I got into heavy meditation and trying to get in touch with your inner self. And now they call it all sorts of different things. And I like to think of The Secret as one phase of astral reality. Because they say if you use The Secret and create a reality in your mind, the universe can't tell the difference between your actual thoughts, you know, being awake and seeing things and reality as you see it, compared to your quiet thoughts. You know, like if you're just focusing Like if I close my eyes right now and I imagine myself winning money or getting into a new car, but I think about it in every minute detail you could possibly imagine as if it was reality, as if it was really happening, that is supposedly tricking the universe into believing that reality is happening to you and will open doors to create that illusion into a reality. That's how The Secret really works. I don't know if you want to call it The Secret. I don't like calling it The Secret, but that's what people call it. It's part of this astral projection, this somehow connecting yourself to an energy or a being or a soul or presence in another dimension, in another reality, whatever you want to call it. Well, I tried doing that. I tried contacting alien beings. When I used to lay out in the fields, and for 3 years I did this almost daily. And the only result that I had was waking up 1 week, twice, waking up to hearing my own voice in my ear saying, "I'll be in your head before you wake up." And that was just after 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I had that other days earlier before that where I woke up to the pain in my left ear and seeing a blue beam off the headboard and the wall, turning around and seeing a 3-foot tall alien gray at the end of my bed. And I freaked out, jumped up, my wife, what happened? You're not going to believe what happened. Those are the only 2 times that I can recall that I was ever woken up and felt as if something was there with me. Other times I've had dreams, at least I think they were dreams, and I want to, maybe dive into that a little further. So next year, it's only a week away, but in a few weeks, I will be getting into that a little deeper. And I'm not going to make fun of it. I'm not going to, I'm not going to act like, I'm not taking it seriously. I do. I believe it or not, I take everything I do seriously. For those of you who are new, who don't know the show, I've been here for 15 years, doing the show for about 12. Next month it'll be 12 years, under different names in the past, but I've always been serious. My goal is to have fun and find out the truth. Everybody's so damn serious. Everybody is. When I talk about this Richie from Boston guy, I'm as serious as a heart attack that he's dangerous. Very dangerous. 300,000 subscribers. That means, at least 100,000 of those people are buying into that bull. They're not woken up yet to reality. For some reason, they just can't see the reality. They don't have that critical thinking yet. And I don't know why. Why doesn't he see that? That it's not the finger of God weapon. But it exists. Yeah, I know it exists. But it didn't exist there. That's not how the weapon would work anyway. So, to throw that out there is irresponsible. I'm not real appreciative of people being irresponsible in this field. It's dangerous. Just like when people call themselves, what? What are those reporters called? I don't know. Dave Scott was talking about it. I can't remember. A reporter? Not a reporter. But people call themselves investigators. But they're not investigative journalists. An investigative journalist is somebody who goes to school and gets a degree in that. And people are throwing around that title like it's something you can just get just by searching around and reading articles and talking to people. But it's a lot more than that. There's a lot that goes into being an investigative journalist. You just can't call yourself that. And see, these are the things that we can't have going on in the community. It's very dangerous. There was a guy out there, Jeff Woolwine, for years telling people that the petroglyphs on the mountains were matching the objects he was recording in the sky. Did they look like it? Yes. What were those objects? Balloons. It was obvious there were strings hanging off of them. And he would say, when you question him, hey, Jeff, you can see the string. No, man, man, you're just like everybody else. Everybody says they're strings. Those are the tails from the lizard people. They come out from the rocks, man. They abduct small animals and children. Oh, my God, he actually said that. They abduct small animals for food and children. But when I met him at the Dr. Lynn Kitai movie event for the Phoenix Lights in 2012, whatever it was, hey, Richard, man, I'm making it. I'm getting famous. I'm writing a book. It's going to be published. Hasn't yet. He's only in it for this book signing or movie deal. And obviously nobody's buying it. Nobody's doing anything for him because the truth eventually comes to the top. Whether it be me or many people listening or many people figuring it out and telling him over and over that that's not a balloon, that's not a creature in the sky, it's a balloon. You would hope that he would see it that way, but he didn't. And this guy, all these years, I guess he's been around for a while, is not seeing the truth for whatever reason. It's embarrassing. So, you know, when you hear me mouthing off or being goofy and laughing and making fun of these people, you know why? Because they deserve it. You can't reason with these people. I tried. Richie from Boston don't want to hear it. Hey, bro, go ahead, he tells me, he emails me back. Go ahead from underneath that rock you came from, brother. You know, you'll see the truth someday. Yeah, all right, someday I will. It's amazing, and it's dangerous, and I don't like it. And when I get to that level where I'm talking about somebody that way, it means I lost all respect for them, and I don't care. Does it make me look bad? I don't see why. Why? Why does it make me look, why do I look bad when I talk about the truth and pretty much call somebody out on their bullshit? How am I looking bad? Well, there's no place for that in ufology, in the paranormal. We have enough fighting going on. How's that fighting? Telling the truth. I told this guy that's not what it is, and he tells me to go back under the rock where I came from. Okay, I'll go back from under the rock from where I came from and let my audience know what an ass you are. So what am I supposed to do? You can't reason with them, so leave him alone. Let him do his own thing. Who are you to interrupt? Huh. Really? I just so told you. Because he's dangerous. I don't know. Where they lack the critical thinking, I don't know. I don't know how people can't see that a string is on the bottom of a balloon, yet they see a lizard person. I don't get it. All right, so the next thing is pretty interesting, actually. And I'll say it again. Never mind. Forget what I was going to say. Dave Scott from Spaced Out Radio asked me last week or a week or so ago. He goes, you know, have you ever seen Flight of the Navigator? I said, I don't know. I think I have. I know the movie. He goes, watch it again, and you're going to see exactly almost to the movie's credibility of getting what UFOs are like in our reality, the way we talk about UFOs flight, the way people could be abducted, what happens when they're abducted, what is it like inside of a UFO, to fly a UFO. This movie from 1986 depicts all of that. Everything. It's amazing. And I don't think I'm going to get in trouble for playing this because it's going to show up weird. So I have to go to large screen. But I'm just going to play a few clips here. That was the end of it. So he goes out into the woods. I know it's on a little screen because I didn't buy it, but
I don't know what I want on the light anymore.
This kid,
You might find that hard to...
This kid has him and his brother. His brother's 8, he's 12, and he's going into the woods looking for his brother. His brother jumps out and scares him. He falls down a hill, and the next thing you know, when he wakes up, it's 5 years or 8 years later, and he was gone. His family thought he was dead, and all this stuff. And it's pretty interesting when he wakes up. Here, look. Let's see if I can get it. So he wakes up, and he's going to his house, and he thinks that his parents are there. So after he wakes up, he goes to this house. That's his house.
Who are you? Who are you?
The acting's so bad.
I'm David. I live here.
Think you had the wrong house, dear.
Where's my mom?
I have no idea. Are you lost? Hey! Where do you think you're going? Now, just a minute. You made a mistake.
Mom? Dad?
So that's not his dad.
What's the problem, son?
So I guess he goes to the police.
Be right back.
Hold on.
Something must have flown it. This could be our first contact.
The UFO caused all this.
Ella's brain. It says he hasn't told anyone except the local authorities. So what we have here is a controlled situation. Watch your step, Mrs. Brayton. Aye.
Now the thing about this UFO, everything you're gonna see, I may not show it all, but everything is depicted from. I think this movie did great. Whoever made this movie did great research. They touch the craft. It's smooth. They can feel it vibrating. It's cold to the touch. The inside controls are controlled by not only your mind, but also by, physical movement. They downloaded millions of tons of information into this kid's brain with star maps and everything. And he was missing for 8 years, and when he comes back, Now, back in 1986 or 85, they probably made the movie, but when it was released, it is so weird how they made things now compared back then. And back then, we didn't know anything. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have the information that we have now. Like when this kid was brought back and put in a hospital, do you really think they'd let his family visit him like this?
He is. You're alive. David, where have you been all this time?
All this time? I just went to get Jeff at the Johnsons a few hours ago. Get Jeff, he'll tell you.
David?
Who's that?
That's your brother, Jeffrey.
What?
Mr. and Mrs. Freeman?
Now, nowadays when they would make movies, this mother, I mean, they're horrible actors, by the way, but you've seen these people in other shows. I have. And the acting is so bad. I mean, nowadays, they would have the mother and the father screaming to see their child. They would have this kid locked up. tests upon tests upon tests. Sarah Jessica Parker's in this, believe it or not. Awful acting. And everything in here is just kind of goofy and hokey and not very realistic. The only thing realistic about this is the way the movie depicts the craft and the download of information to the kid's brain. It's amazing that they had all this. Look at this. Does this look familiar to anybody? Has anybody ever seen that video where this video right here, there's a video on YouTube that shows something very similar to this. An escorted vehicle with a cover over it. We've seen this before. NASA's involved.
What time did you enter?
Now here's the psychiatrist. Now they got him back at NASA. This is supposedly where they took him. Not Area 51, not Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, but at NASA in Florida. And the kid's got the gizmos on the head, and this is kind of interesting. Watch this.
Around 8 o'clock. Then you met your brother? Yeah, the jerk jumped out of the tree and scared me. He's lucky he's still alive. Then what happened? Well, I chased him for a while. Then I reached this cliff. Jesus. He's transmitting in alpha waves with complex frequency patterns in them.
What's going on?
That was Gillian Anderson from X-Files.
I know I fell. The alpha waves are coming in at 12.78 cycles per second.
He's communicating directly with the computer in binary code. How the hell is he doing that? I have no idea.
But then, after you fell, you went somewhere. How did you get there? What is that?
Is that coming from David? It is. Well, what is it?
It's the ship. He's the navigator. So anyway, to make this shorter, the UFO is like calling to him, and Sarah Jessica Parker is going to help him break out of this NASA facility.
A little bit every now and then.
Look at her.
So, who did you murder to get put here in maximum security? No one.
With those earrings.
National security secret. Oh, well, in that case, I shouldn't be talking to you at all.
Like, would they let somebody who serves food next to an abductee who's been missing for 8 years? Where's the news? Look, there's the guy from WKRP in Cincinnati. Oh, look who it is. That's from Married with Children. It's Al Bundy.
Who's putting that stuff on the screen?
You are.
That's impossible.
So they're kind of reading his brain. All his brain waves are giving them all these star maps. And
how long did it take you to get there?
they're talking to the alien through his brain into the computers.
That's the only possible explanation.
Well, what's that?
David, you were traveling beyond the speed of light. And you could have been gone only 4.4 hours, and the rest of us here on Earth would have aged 8 years.
So anyway, he escapes, and now this is very interesting. What you're going to see is something that has been mentioned in many experiencers' stories, how these stairs just magically appeared out of the craft. And here they come. And nobody's there. Nobody's watching the UFO. No cameras. Those stairs just like liquid metal from Terminator 2. It's like liquid metal. That has been depicted many times in stories. These stairs just appear out of nowhere.
Someone's been calling me.
Affirmative. You have the information I require to complete my mission. Sit down.
I think there's been some sort of mistake.
I do not make mistakes. Awaiting final vectors.
Vectors? I don't have any vectors. I'm just a kid.
That.
Now, what you're watching is what Bob Lazar said happened when they did these tests. That's why this is an interesting movie. Bob Lazar said it just floated out of the gate, floated out, and it went straight up. It moved left and right. Wasn't much of a show, he said, but the way it just floated out. Maybe Bob Lazar got his information from this movie.
Wow! Did you do that?
Elementary maneuver. I must complete my mission and return to Phelan.
I don't want to go to Phelan. I want to go home.
Navigator, I am awaiting your command. We must act now.
Look, I gotta think. Just take us 20 miles from here.
Compliance.
What are you doing?
Okay, first of all, that is stupid as hell. Because inside a UFO, if they can go that fast and the G-forces would snap this kid's spine into a little pretzel. Anyway, it's just an interesting movie because of how it's so close to the stories we've heard over the years. And how people are able to control things with their mind. The weird thing is about this movie, and I may be guilty of this. Now, I know I saw this movie when I was young. Now, in 1986, I was 18. Oh, wait, now that can't make sense. That's true. Yeah, because I had the dreams of seeing UFOs that were similar, smooth, before this movie came out. Yeah, I thought it was after. It's not. I was going to say, well, maybe I got my dreams and stuff from this movie, but I didn't. Oh well, so much for that. But anyway, the movie's really annoying. The acting's horrible, but the part of the UFO I always thought was interesting, which is why this is a classic movie. Classic. He actually goes into a place. Here, watch this. This is so stupid. And then this will be the end of this. Yeah, I know. Lazar was 89. This was 86.
Hi, can I please borrow some change to phone my parents? Thank you.
Hey, Limbo! Oink oink! Too many Twinkies!
Was that the Hulk? That was the Hulk!
Excuse me, pal.
That's the Hulk!
Would you mind if my wife used the little girl's room?
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm out here looking at a UFO, brother. I've got a show to do.
Dad, can we look at the flying saucer?
Sure, go ahead.
They think it's fake.
Jackie, isn't it weird?
Even the way those stairs have the design on them is very similar to reports that people have seen this.
How long did it take to put something like that together?
Let me tell you something, brother. I didn't build this thing. I would eat it, though. It looks like a donut, brother.
We'll just take a look around ourselves.
Look at
I'm 400 pounds of turkey beef, brother. Beef jerky, lamb chops.
I'll be insurance in places like this.
Hello? Do you accept a quick call from David Freeman?
Yes. It's David. We gotta talk fast. There's nasty guys all over the place.
All right, that's enough of that. I can't handle it anymore. I can't. I watched it enough once. Watch this. This is stupid, but it's funny. Get a few maps. Get a Coke. Maybe a candy bar.
Honey, smile. Here we go.
Excuse me.
If I don't have these suspenders on, brother, I would snap. I can't hold up myself. My pants are falling down, brother. They don't make them big enough.
See you later, alligator.
Listen to what Hulk says.
Son of a gun. He just said he wanted to phone home.
He just said he wanted to phone home. Oh my God. Unbelievable, right? Well, holy crap. I gotta get some sleep. So anyway, interesting how there's a lot of, I guess, parallels to what we see in this movie. Back 32 years ago? Man alive. 86, 96, 2006. Wait. 86, then you got 96, 2006, 2016. 32 years ago. Mamma mia. Richard, you're getting old. Mama, I know. But Richard, you're gonna die any minute. Ma, I'm only 50. Almost. But you're gonna be a 51 in a matter of a minute. Why does my mother sound like Jaime Maussan in a way? I don't know. I think there was one more thing I had for you tonight. I just thought it was an interesting comparison. I gotta thank Dave for that one. Thanks, Dave. My science project, that was awful. Awful. There was one other thing I wanted to play. I guess I can't. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to talk about, but what is it? What is it? Here, let's see. This is a good video of it. Watch this. Watch this. This is a real good video of the blue in New York thing. I mean, I have to admit, that's pretty intense light.
Gotta be honest with you, Matt Bradley, I appreciate the official line there, but I saw Men in Black. So, just saying. Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
Now to that transformer explosion causing chaos in New York City when these bizarre blue lights took over the skyline. The panic even grounding flights at LaGuardia Airport on this busy holiday travel weekend.
It's pretty intense just for a transformer to light up such a
now
huge.
To the latest information on the huge electric arc at a substation in Astoria, Queens. It just
it's
lit
huge.
Up the night sky in an aqua blue. Con Ed responding today.
We might be going on early tonight for this. This is crazy, bro. Yeah, I'm keeping this fucking footage. I don't care. Oh, that's it. They found it.
I don't know why it's. You know what's really strange about it? These kind of lights have been seen.
And the FDNY were here pretty quickly and got it under control.
These kind of explosions have been happening all over. If you do a YouTube search, I was reading something. If you do a YouTube search, you can see this has happened in a lot of different places. These magnificent lights. Not just blue, but purple, green, red, yellow, all the good colors. It's just a weird year. And I don't know what next year is going to bring us, but it's just going to continue, I think. I have a feeling something's going to happen. And I never said that before until this year.
Never. What is going on? Why? Is it me or is it kind of like flashing? It's flashing. It's red. Is it aliens? No joke. Look at all that smoke over there, though.
Michelle Miller shows us how the light mystery fueled wild speculation online. Michelle, good morning.
Good morning. There were no injuries reported in the explosion, and power is
The
restored to the
finger
area.
of God.
And while there wasn't an alien invasion in New York City,
we
can report that the mysterious blue illumination scared many people while lighting up social media.
LaGuardia is back in action this morning, but for a good half hour, this airport was entirely shut down. 14 flights diverted, more than 100 delayed. Those spectacular images.
Oh, and what about the drone that shut down the airport? Where was that? I can't remember. I don't remember where that was, where a supposed drone last week shut down the airport, and they're insisting it was a drone. But nobody knows. There was some footage or a picture that looked like a disc-shaped object. It was kind of blurry, and it looked like it was moving, and it was in the upper right-hand corner of this picture. But yeah, very odd, right? I forgot about that drone. Guys, I don't know. I think they're dripping us, getting us ready for something. I don't know if this is the way to do it, though. Could it just be the infrastructure's failing all over? That there's only so much patchwork they could do before the whole thing overloads? Our infrastructure's really bad. They gave the bridges and tunnels a D- rating for safety. That's how bad the infrastructure is. Our roads and highways, a D+. It's bad out there. And I'm not talking about this. They gave a D- for the infrastructure on the electrical grids. They're so outdated and so old. Everything needs to be redone. But nobody's willing to shell out all that money. Something's got to give. Something's going to happen. Well, you know, I guess $2 trillion did go missing before 9/11. I wonder where that money went. But it's going to take a lot more than $2 trillion to get us back on our feet. I'm talking the whole country. Could this be the beginning of what could be the end of the infrastructure as we know it? Hey, I'm Richie from Boston. Yeah, Richie, you got to get on your knees. Oh, I can't do it.
Instantly going viral.
You gotta bang your knees together.
They say an electrical fault on a section of high voltage equipment caused the transmission disturbance. And boy, what a disturbance. It caused temporary power supply problems to LaGuardia Airport, Rikers Island, some hospitals, and even some customer service.
Because something is burning. It's ready. 911's there. It's in Manhattan. It's not here.
Yeah, the weird thing was the lights went out in the 5 boroughs. Sporadically. Not just there. But why would it go out in the other boroughs when they're not connected? How could the grid be connected that far across the 5 boroughs of New York? Something is going on. Look, in Keller, Louisiana, it could have been a UFO flying over. I showed you mine. I showed you what happened to me just during a windstorm, which then, minutes later, became violent lightning, hail, and thunder and rain. You know? Very strange times.
You smell it, right? This is weird. Yeah, this is freaking weird, man. I know, right? I got my laptop. I'm gonna look up.
Its cause raged online.
Look at the sky, though. Look at the color of the sky.
I mean, that's huge, guys. Well, the clouds were really low. 5,000-foot ceiling. So they were low.
I know, Papi, I know.
Great camera work.
Yeah, really, be careful. Look at all that smoke. But whatever's going on over there, what does it have to do with what's happening here? Exactly. Like my TV went off, the light went off.
Right.
Exit and clear the area.
The bright blue arc of almost 140,000 volts of electricity lighting up the night sky before grounding itself with a big bang was a mystery to those watching it and capturing the spectacular video on their cell phones.
Oh my God! And I heard a giant bang. I thought it was fireworks going off, and I looked to my right and I saw just the yellow sparks in the sky. It looked like blue fire.
The electric arc, which turned the sky blue, resulted from a fault at Con Ed's Astoria substation. The FDNY responded to dozens of reports of what witnesses thought was an explosion or fire.
News isn't telling you is that something very similar happened 18 hours before, about 1,000 miles away in Kenner, Louisiana.
Kenner. I kept saying Keller. Kenner. Dude, that's a trip. It's the finger of God.
And the only other thing these two places have in common, other than transformers turning the night sky bright blue, is that both areas were enveloped by the same storm system that ran a consecutive 1,200-mile strip from the Gulf of Mexico to the northern tip of Maine. And I don't know about Kenner, but in the Boston area, according to eyewitnesses who filmed it, including Richie from Boston,
oh my
there
God,
was an abnormal amount of all-day chemical spraying hours before the New York light show. Now, guys, the moral of all this.
What does chemical spraying have to do with, in Boston, have to do with New York? Now, I'm going to show you strange light anomalies in other parts of the world. Hold on. Let me pull this up here. Let me just show you. Lights. Your mother's got 3 hips. Hold on. All right, let's see if this one works. Yeah, this is weird, guys. Check this out. See, these are weird too. Stuff like this has been seen. Man, this whole video is this. It lasts a long time. So that video could be anything. Let me try strange lights in the sky.
If you enjoy my videos, subscribe, hit the like button.
Ah, that looks fake. Nah, it's all about look at these crazy people. Nah, I can't find it. Although Mr. MBB333 has got something good. Let me see. Let's go there. Actually, I'm going to end the show because I got a big show to do tomorrow and I don't want to throw all my stuff out there. So tomorrow. Oh, this was in California. Where's the strange light here? Is there a strange light? No, nothing. Oh, this up there. Oh, that's off their friggin' car. All right, so that's that. All right, until tomorrow. Be back here at 7 o'clock. I don't know. Maybe I'll do 6. Yeah, I'm going to do... no, same time. 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to go at least 12 to 24 hours. So if you're around, great. And I'll have Skype open. So if you guys want to call in, 646-642-2634, something like that. I'll put the number up. What is it? 623-242-2637. That'll be for tomorrow. So tomorrow night's the big one. The end of night, the end of the world show. That's what I'm going to call it. And thanks for showing up tonight. It was fun. Fun. You guys made me laugh with your comments. It was great stuff. I want to thank everybody for just one big swoop of hellos. Enjoy the 30th, because tomorrow's the last night we're going to go out in style. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You're listening and finishing up Goof On Radio stream on YouTube, which will be transferred over to Spreaker and replayed sometime. Have a great night. Don't forget to go to Goof On. There, you can go there. Just look at all that. Goof On Network is at goofon.net. You could also go to goofon.org. And you could join up goofon.net. It's Goof On Network. You can find Goof On Radio on Twitter and on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm Rich Giordano for the 30th, Sunday night, 30th of December. You guys have a great night. I'll see you mañana. Adios. Giddy up. Oh, yeah, we got to get out of here with the good song. That's the new thing. I got a good song. Don't I? Yeah, why not? What the hell? What is this? What do we call this? I should have had it set up. What a fail! What do we call it? It's free music? What is it? Copyright free? Copyright free music. I like this one song. No! That's not it. Yeah, here we go. Is this the one I want? I think this is it. I don't know. I'm out of here, though. Have a good night.